Hey guys, it is Hilary. It is Wednesday. I'm a little early. Normally I do this teacher space at 10:30, but I'm open now, so I'm getting clients, and so hello. Hi Sheena. I'm gonna go over today. I wanted to get back to the Cadillac a little bit and go into the shoulder bridge. I love, and some people call it parakeet. I can't remember some other names. Anyway, shoulder roll down, and we're going to go through the whole prep of it. So I like this one a lot in terms of a couple of connections for the client. One is just getting back to the basic of that initiation of the reach and length of the legs to lift the legs. So like your jackknife, 100, overhead, all of those anything, roll over where we lift those legs up. I like it for that. Also for people on the mat that they can't get into that shoulder bridge position, the full one with the hips really lifted and the hands behind, and then get into the series of the kicking of the legs. I'm one of those people because I'm super tight. But I can do this. So I like it for that. It gives them that feeling. It also opens it up like it does on the mat for them, creating that nice open hip and getting out of that flexion. The other thing I like about it is in shoulder bridge, even jumping way up to control balance, because I deal with this a lot with clients and students, teachers that I work with, where they're really thinking about that leg they're kind of pulling on, and they're reaching the leg up towards the sky, but what they forget is this direction, that opposition, like your scissors. So I like this one to teach that push of the leg that's on the bar. Not so much the one kicking, and I do that a lot in my mat where I want it more about that leg that's reaching away, because that's what's opening you up. That's what is getting ready for rocking and getting ready for the control balance and really getting that open front of the body. So we'll kind of go through it. You can build this one, which I love, because maybe the person isn't able to do the scissor portion for some reason. It could be a knee issue, like when they put weight on one leg and then that knee gets kind of achy. One other thing you can use this for is to see about kind of walkover, going into walkover and the candlestick and all that fun stuff that I love on the Cadillac. This is also a good one because you can kind of go back to it, about that leg reaching away and the leg reaching and that whole scissoring effect. So anyway, I have it set up. When you're alone, it's a little scary just because you got to put your foot on and reach through. But I'm really big on the point that when they're set up, the client, that this bar stays on this side of the tower, because as teachers, we know the minute it goes, it flips around, right? And I have the Grotz, and it has this little teacher's assistant block, so I'm always constantly got my hand there in case something goes awry. So for those that have worked with me and gone through my training, safety for me is like huge. So this one is one I really always am right here. Not sure how that's gonna work nowadays, so I'll have to trust the client, right? Okay, so I just wanna make sure, I like to have it for the student on their arch, so they have a really good connection. And one thing you wanna think about with this, when you lie down, people think about pushing the bar, right? So they're pushing the bar, make sure I'm in your view. They're pushing the bar away from them, and that's great, but I also want them to feel the bar pushing into them. So really referencing that reach of your leg with the 100, instead of just thinking push the bar. That way it's all action through the front of that body, and they're in it right away. So just they've got those 100 legs reaching, arms in the mat. So the first part, we're just going to bend and extend. So what I'm looking for is just that they've got control of the bar, they're reaching those legs, they're feeling where their hips are, their head, everything's connected to the mat. And we're just saying whatever's connected, that's where I want it to stay. And they're just controlling the bar, and then they're reaching the legs, and then they're pulling that bar, pressing their hips into the mat. And that's key. And then they may adjust their feet, that's okay. And then think of those 100 legs and just reach it away. So I just let them do that a few times. We're watching that nothing kind of arches. If so, just telling them to keep all that connected to the mat, not losing it, controlling that bar. Hips heavy as the legs reach away. And they may get little foot crampies and stuff, and that's okay because it is working through their foot. And I tell them that's okay, but let me know if I need the bar because we don't want anyone to get hurt. So let's say they did a few. You could just leave it there. That's great. Maybe you're working on keeping this connected and keeping the rib cage from popping, whatever it is as a teacher you're looking for. But then we can add the shoulder bridge portion into the shoulder roll down. So now we're going and seeing again, balancing on the shoulders, that reach of the legs. So it's the same bending. They're controlling that bar as they go. And then the legs need to be perfectly straight. And then what I want the visual for them to be, and the cue, is to take those legs and push that bar away and up. So they're pushing the bar with their legs up onto those shoulders, continuing to look. And I want them to just reach so that they see that they've got those nice extended hips as much as possible. I'm a little tight today, so that's where it is. And then rolling back down. Hips all the way into the mat. And then they're going to do that same bend and press it through. And again, keeping everything connected to the mat. And then we'll just do that again. And I do this a few times with them, controlling the bar. Make sure the legs are all the way straight. They want to kind of start before that happens. Push with both legs. And then you can say, are you evenly pushing with both legs? Because you can kind of see if one thing drops and reach and push into that leg. And that takes care of that hip. And then we roll it back down. And then they'll bend again. So then you can say, that's great. Okay, we're moving on. We're going to add the scissors into it. So I like to tell them things before they're up in a position of having to hold it. So they're going to know that they're going to do 3 kicks on one leg, and then they'll switch to the other leg. And my focus for them isn't so far how far that leg goes back there, but how much they're really pushing into that bar and reaching that leg, pressing into those arms. So they'll bend the knees again. There goes my Texas accent, sorry. And pressing the bar, reaching. So I want to say I'm going to kick with my right leg. I want that left leg pushing that bar away. And I'm just going to kick where I can, but continuing to push that bar away with that other leg. And then trying not to lose anything, reach and push with that opposite leg. And just going where I can go, keeping both legs straight. So I could go further, but my knee would bend. I over-exaggerated there. And then both legs connected, both legs reaching evenly, and rolling back down. So that's just how I build it for them. And it's a really good kind of way to connect into quite a bit of the exercises on the mat, building up to more challenging things, opening things up. There's so much as a teacher that you could take and work with them just thinking they're doing this fabulous, wonderful feeling thing. So that's the shoulder roll down. It's one I love. I give it a lot because I have a lot of, well, if you think about it, people that are tight, people that are hypermobile, this is a good one. For that hypermobile person, keeping that stability while they kick and not just going where they can go because they could just go wherever. I'm like, moi. And then for the tighter person, just seeing where we can go and opening up and making a different connection. So one thing I love about Pilates is each exercise can be different for not only the student, but what you're looking for as a teacher. And one thing I love about, I just did last weekend, their second weekend of teacher training. And what I loved was they all taught, and some got to observe as teachers and tell about what they saw in the body moving and what they would kind of gear the workout towards. And each answer was different. But if you kind of put them together, the issue was the same. So someone, it was their reach of this leg, the other it was a hip. But it really was all kind of, because we're all connected. But it is interesting as teachers, you can be looking at the body together and see different things. and that's the beautiful part of it. So anyway, enjoy your week. I'm open. It's my 3rd day. So excited. So if you're ever in LA, come. I have a workshop next weekend. It's virtual as well if you can't get here. But that's it. Shoulder roll down. Give it a try. Build it. See where you go. See how it feels. Think about that reach on the push bar. And enjoy your day. Bye. Hi, Joanne. Hi. Okay, see you guys later.